Title: Greenwood, the neighborhood of shadows and secrets. In the peaceful neighborhood of Greenwood, an unspeakable darkness descended upon its once happy streets. One by one, children vanished without a trace, their disappearances leaving the community in a state of paralyzing fear. The tight-knit neighborhood became a place of shattered dreams and empty playgrounds. Whispers began to circulate among the residents, stories of eerie figures lurking in the shadows and haunting echoes that reverberated through the night. Parents clung to the last vestiges of hope, desperately searching for their missing children, while the ominous presence that hung over the neighborhood grew stronger. Amongst the chaos and despair, a young woman named Lucy dared to delve into the mystery shrouding Greenwood. Drawn to its darkness, she sensed that something sinister lurked beneath the surface, something supernatural in nature. Guided by her intuition, she embarked on a perilous journey into the heart of the neighborhood's secrets. The once picturesque streets transformed into twisted alleys as Lucy followed a trail of breadcrumbs left by the residents. The air grew heavy and the silence was suffocating, broken only by the haunting cries that echoed through the abandoned houses. The supernatural presence that loomed over Greenwood became palpable, intensifying the dread that swirled around Lucy. As Lucy dug deeper into the mystery, she discovered a hidden world beneath the surface, a realm where lost spirits roamed. These restless souls, trapped between this world and the next, were connected to the missing children. It became clear that a malevolent force, hungry for innocent souls, was using the neighborhood as a gateway to an abominable existence. With each clue she unraveled, Lucy became increasingly entangled in the web of deceit woven by the supernatural presence. Nightmarish visions plagued her, as the spirits of the lost children reached out to her for help, their pleading cries piercing her very soul. Time was running out, and the fate of the missing children hung in the balance. Armed with courage and determination, Lucy confronted the dark entity responsible for the abductions. A battle between the forces of light and darkness ensued, unleashing a tempest of supernatural power. The streets pulsed with an otherworldly energy as Lucy fought tooth and nail to save the innocent. Through her unwavering resolve, Lucy discovered the source of the darkness, an ancient curse that had plagued Greenwood for generations. It preyed upon the grief and despair of the community, using it as fuel for its insatiable hunger. In a final act of bravery, Lucy sought to break the curse and release the trapped souls from their torment. In a climactic showdown, Lucy confronted the malevolent force, wielding ancient artifacts and the strength of her spirit. She unleashed a torrent of light, shattering the curse and banishing the darkness that plagued the neighborhood. The echoes of the lost children were finally laid to rest, finding solace in the embrace of peace. As dawn broke over Greenwood, the neighborhood began to heal. The missing children returned, disoriented but unharmed, while their grateful parents clutched them tightly with tears of relief. The haunting echoes faded into the depths of memory, leaving only a scarred community determined to rebuild and protect their loved ones. But deep in the shadows, a flicker of the supernatural remained, a reminder that evil could always linger. And as the residents of Greenwood moved forward, they vowed to remain vigilant, ready to confront any darkness that might dare to threaten their neighborhood again. Title: The Curse of Ravenwood High School, A Tale of Obsession and Madness. Once upon a time, in a quaint little town, there stood an unassuming high school named Ravenwood. It was rumored to be haunted by a dark and malevolent presence, but nobody dared to speak openly about it. The students who attended Ravenwood knew that something sinister lurked within its aging brick walls. Among the unsuspecting students was Emily, a bright and ambitious young woman with a thirst for knowledge. She possessed a natural curiosity that led her to dig deeper into the rumors surrounding Ravenwood. Ignoring the warnings, she delved headfirst into the darkness that shrouded the institution. As Emily navigated the halls, she began to experience inexplicable phenomena. Shadows seemed to dance along the edges of her vision, and whispers echoed through the deserted corridors. Each night, she was plagued by nightmares that left her trembling in cold sweat. Driven by a relentless need for answers, she sought solace in the school's forgotten archives. Ancient tomes, filled with faded ink and forbidden knowledge, revealed the horrifying truth behind Ravenwood. The school had once been a breeding ground for occult practices, a place where unspeakable rites were performed, and dark entities were summoned. As the days turned into weeks, Emily's grip on reality began to slip. She saw apparitions roaming the halls, their eyes hollow voids of despair. The walls bled with a malevolent energy, the air thick with the stench of decay. In her desperate search for a way to escape the clutches of Ravenwood, Emily uncovered a journal hidden within the depths of the library. Its pages were filled with the ramblings of a deranged former student, driven to insanity by the horrors he had witnessed. The journal contained a chilling revelation: to sever the connection between herself and Ravenwood, she must sacrifice a part of her own soul. Fear clutched at her heart, but the desire to escape the sinister grip of the school overwhelmed her. With trembling hands, she performed the ritual described in the journal. A ritual that required her to offer up a piece of her own essence to free herself. As whispers filled the room and the air grew thick with an otherworldly presence, Emily made her sacrifice. A sense of relief washed over her as she believed she had finally broken free from the curse that had consumed her. But the horror of Ravenwood was far from finished with her. As time passed, Emily realized that she was no longer alone. The part of her soul she had severed had taken on a life of its own, a malevolent doppelganger haunting her every step. Emily's life became a waking nightmare. Her doppelganger tormented her, driving her to the brink of madness. No matter where she sought refuge, it was there, whispering vile secrets and pushing her further into the abyss. In the end, driven to the edge of her sanity, Emily made a grave decision. Succumbing to the darkness that had consumed her, she took her own life, hoping to escape the unending torment. Ravenwood High School remained forever marked by Emily's descent into darkness. No student would dare step foot on its unhallowed grounds, for they had witnessed firsthand the true horror that lurked within its walls. To this day, whispers of Emily's tragic fate echo through the town. Visitors passing by Ravenwood claim to see a ghostly figure, haunting the building and reminding all who venture near of the unsettling truth. Sometimes, the horrors we face are not confined to the realm of fiction, but instead manifest in our own lives, forever haunting our souls. Title: City of Shadows, Unveiling the Darkness. In the heart of a bustling metropolis, crowded streets became a maze of ghosts and shadows as an ancient evil awakened. A once thriving city transformed into a playground for darkness, where nightmares roamed freely, and the living walked on the edge of madness. As the sun dipped below the horizon, an eerie stillness settled over the city, veiling its sinister secrets. Residents locked themselves away, seeking refuge behind bolted doors and drawn curtains. But for Sophia, a curious and adventurous soul, the allure of the night was too irresistible to resist. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Sophia ventured out into the moonlit streets, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The darkened alleyways whispered ancient tales of witchcraft and restless spirits. But she paid no heed. She craved the thrill that lay hidden in the shadows, eager to confront the lurking darkness. The city's haunted reputation had become the stuff of legends, tales of lost souls and unspeakable horrors that found their home amidst its concrete labyrinth. Sophia believed she could uncover the truth, expose the darkness for what it truly was, tangible fear woven into the fabric of reality. As she ventured deeper into the depths of the city, the air grew heavy, electricity crackling with menace. Shapes moved at the edge of her vision. Twisted figures slithering through the darkness. Yet, Sophia pressed forward, determined to confront her fears head-on. But as the hours stretched on, Sophia's resolve began to waver. The shadows grew darker, thicker, as if they were closing in on her, suffocating her hope. Dread tightened its grip around her heart, as if sensing her vulnerability. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the night, shattering the fragile peace. Sophia's blood turned to ice as she realized the source of the sound, a woman, her terror echoing through the empty streets. Panic flooded Sophia's veins, but her legs felt rooted to the ground. In a moment of frozen horror, Sophia watched as the woman was swallowed by the all-consuming darkness. The city reveled in her fear, its insatiable hunger fed by her screams. It was then that Sophia understood the true nature of the city, an entity that reveled in suffering, forever hungry for more. Sophia tried to flee, but the city's malevolence was a vice around her, squeezing tighter with every step. Desperation clawed at her sanity as she realized there was no escape. The city's darkness had claimed her, her fate sealed in its relentless grip. As the sun rose on a new day, the city resumed its facade of normality, oblivious to the horrors that had unfolded in its midst. Sophia's disappearance became just another unsolved mystery, another soul lost to the sinister underbelly of the urban landscape. The darkness remained, its tendrils slowly infiltrating the consciousness of the city's inhabitants. They moved through their lives, a shadow of their former selves, haunted by the knowledge that one misstep could lead them down the same path as Sophia. And so, the nightmare continued, the city a veritable hell on earth, forever steeped in darkness. The urban landscape became a cautionary tale, a whispered reminder that in the shadows, an unspeakable evil lurked, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to fall prey to its grasp.